Hello friends, welcome to today's video. My name is Casey, you're watching Books Before Death, and today I will be giving you some spooky graphic novel recommendations.
I can reach for a well-worn book to give me an escape.
And today I am dressed as a cat. I am not always dressed as a cat. So last year I did a series, a 3-part series of book recommendations, and it was spooky, spookier, and spookiest. And that's what I'm going to be doing with these graphic novel recommendations. This one is obviously spooky, so it's like the lowest level. Just like vaguely spooky vibes, or even just like fall, supernatural, fantasy vibes, that kind of thing. A lot of these are middle grade, so they would be safe for kids. Honestly, I kind of think all of them would be completely fine to give to kids, but you know, use your own judgment, that kind of thing. The first few I don't recommend any less than the rest, but they are pretty popular, so I'm just going to give you like vague overviews of them. And the first one is Lumberjanes. This first volume is written by Noelle Stevenson and Grace Ellis and illustrated by Brooke Allen. They get a different main writer and a different main illustrator later in the series, but they're just as great, just as good. This is about 5 friends who are at a summer camp together. They're like, I would say like tweens. I think they're like tween age. I don't know if we get their actual ages. I can't remember. I've read the first 10 issues of this. There are a lot of issues of Lumberjanes, so if you or someone else gets really hooked on the series, there are plenty of them. I think there's 20. I don't know if the newest one is out yet, but there's definitely a lot. Yeah, like I said, it's about 5 friends at a summer camp, and there's some stuff going on, some like vaguely soupy, that's what? Vaguely spooky, vaguely like supernatural stuff. It gets into it more like later in the series as you go, of course. But I just really love this. I love the characters. I love I can't be super articulate about this because I just love it so much. So, Lumberjanes. The next one is one of my favorites, and that is The Tea Dragon Society by Kay O'Neill. This is just adorable and precious. This is about someone who finds a tea dragon, like a lost tea dragon, in the market and brings it to some people to kind of help her take care of it, help her figure out what's going on. The coolest thing about these graphic novels is the tea dragons themselves, at least to me. Like, of course I love the characters, I loved the storylines and everything, but to me the tea dragons are just the best part. They're so cute. They actually like grow tea out of their heads that you can like pluck and then make tea with. It doesn't like hurt them or anything. They're just adorable tea dragons. You can see one on the cover. Let me block my face. That is Chamomile. So yeah, this is very cute. There's 3 of these out so far, and I've read 2 of them and they were amazing. The art is stunning. So I highly recommend Tea Dragons. Next I have a retelling, and it is called The Little Red Wolf, done by Amelia Felicis. That's definitely not how you pronounce her name. I'm so sorry. It'll be in the description. She's a French artist, and this is a beautifully done graphic novel. Like, even the title page is beautiful. And then as you go in, it's just gorgeous and stunning. Obviously this is a Little Red Riding Hood retelling, but with a little wolf as Little Red Riding Hood, and it's beautiful and stunning. So I definitely recommend this as well. Obviously, this is a recommendation video. I have to stop saying that. This has several volumes, and I've read the first 6 or so, and that is Amulet by Kazu Kibushi. This is a lot of fun. It's about 2 kids and their mother who, after a loss in the family, go to like the family estate to like live there, and they discover like a weird door and a different world through that door. It's like a portal fantasy thing. There's an amulet, obviously, and they have like this little friend. I really liked the volumes of this that I read. It was a lot of fun. This is definitely more like middle grade kid focused, but I do think anyone can enjoy it. Obviously I enjoyed it, and I definitely read it way past that age because there is no age limit on books, okay? No age limit at all. And I don't really have much else to say about it because honestly I don't remember it super well. It's been several years, but I do recommend it. I have to stop saying it. Next, we're going to talk about Snapdragon by Kat Leyh. This is adorable and precious, and I love this. I also really like the art in this. It's like not super, I don't know what it is that I like about this art. It's not like super done beautifully or anything, but there's like, they have a lot of these like 2-page things where the colors are very similar for those 2 pages, and I just really like that. So anyway, this is about a character called Jax who needs a favor from this old woman who people say is a witch in the woods because she wants to help someone. She has a dog friend, and it turns out that the witch in the woods may in fact be a witch. This has some little magical elements in it, some just fun, some cute like friendship stuff, like the friendship with Jax and one of her like school friends is just great and adorable and so good. This is also middle grade. It's published by First Second, which is an incredible publisher. I love them. I love the stuff that they do with middle grade graphic novels. Next one is The Deep and the Dark Blue by Nikki Smith. This is about two twins who are in line for like the throne of their country. This is like a high fantasy style setting, and there's an attack and they flee and they end up like hiding out with the Communion of the Blue, this kind of like magical thing, and they end up disguising themselves as girls, and one of them realizes that they are a girl. And it's just done very well. I really loved it. I really love this art style. I love all the characters in this too, like not just the twins, but the characters surrounding them as well are also great. And just the art style is just so good. It's just so good. So yeah, that is Deep and Dark. Next are a few ones I don't own, although I do own two of these and I just can't find them. First I want to talk about Backstagers, which is by James Tynion IV and Sam Johns. I have it written down below me. It's a comic series following a bunch of friends who are backstagers, as in they're the people backstage at like stage productions in their, I think they're in high school. I want to say high school. And they learn that the backstage is actually much more than they thought it was. It's like a magical labyrinth backstage. This comic series is so much fun and so good. You get to follow these friends as they're having issues, as they're like, I don't know, I like this like group of friends dealing with problems and also supernatural problems and everything. I love all of these characters a lot. I highly recommend the graphic novel series, and there is actually some books that go along with them that like carry on the story, and I've read one of those and I really liked that too, so definitely check that out. Oh, next I want to talk about Mooncakes by Susan Walker and Wendy Zhu. So this takes place following a like teenage witch who works in her grandmother's shop, and one night she comes across like a wolf that I think needs help and ends up meeting this girl who is a werewolf. And it's like a story between them, and it's adorable and precious and has like those like magic family element, just overall like supernatural fun. And I really liked this one. It was really good. I have a physical copy somewhere but I cannot find it. Oh, next I want to talk about the Witch Boy series by Molly Ostertag. This, I've only read the first out of 3 of these books, but I really liked it. This also has the trope of a trans character who is like, I am this gender, stop telling me that I am not. And they're like, well, you can't do that magic because you're not actually that gender, even though they actually are. And then they end up being able to do that magic. And there's also some other stuff going on. I haven't read the rest of the books in the series, but I am planning on it. I do own them, and I cannot find the first one in the series for some reason. Packing has everything everywhere. They also have other things out. There was just one that came out from them about like a girl and a mermaid, I believe. I think, don't quote me on that, but I'll throw the picture here. I haven't read it yet, but it also sounds really good. And then finally, I want to talk about something I read a while ago, but I really liked it, and it was Anya's Ghost by Vera Brosgol. I believe that's how you pronounce their name. This is about a girl, I think she falls down a well or something, and she finds the ghost of a girl down there, and they end up forming this like friendship. And it was just like so interesting and so different and so well done that I really enjoyed it. But I don't hear anyone talk about this. This is definitely like an older one. But yeah, this is a very interesting one. I think that is everything. I hope my descriptions were not terrible. I'm a little out of practice on giving synopsises for books, and I've never been very good at it, so there you go. But I hope you enjoyed. If you have read any of these, please let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear if you loved them as much as I loved them, and also if you have any suggestions that are like similar to any of these books, definitely also leave them down for me and for anyone that's looking for more graphic novel suggestions. Yeah, I love graphic novels. I think they're a great media format, I guess that's what they would be called. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some recommendations out of this. I know a lot of these are pretty well known, but hopefully you got something out of them. I hope you are well and safe. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Life Before Death, Radiance.